Meghan Markle here.
I'll do my last recording, it will be by itself. So when I saw this, I think I sort of made reference to it in this video where I talk about sometimes you don't know the foundation of certain people in the entertainment business came from. What there's so many people who are in the place that they are now because of favors they had to do for other people. So now those favors for putting them in that pedestal, or if they are business people, now they're rich and all of that, they owe it to whoever gave them that foundation to be where they are now. So now we are in a position, the world in particular, is in a position where, okay, whoever had put them in that pedestal need some favors back. Now you need to repay us. They had to do to make it in high places for doors to open for them. What I mean for doors to be open for them, let's say if it's a music industry or an actor, they make it big shot. So you don't know what they had to do from the beginning to get where they are now. So I didn't listen to this yet. Once I saw it and I was like, oh my God. So it makes you wonder. Nicki Minaj just committed career suicide. I think I follow her. There was something she said about Meghan and I follow her. But I don't really, it's not some, on Twitter, that is, on Twitter. But it's not someone I even listen to her music or anything like that. All right, Nicki Minaj thanks Donald Trump for his amazing leadership and the new speech at the UN. All right, so the devils are coming to collect. Right now, the Trump is not liked by a lot of Americans, including some of the people who put him in the position. MAGAs, a lot of MAGAs are not, they're burning their hats and all of that. Okay, so now whoever is part of that group, okay, who probably had opened doors for her, they're collecting up the minions, their secret, I don't know, what would you call them, agents, okay, or now have to speak, because I think her followers, let me see how many followers, I didn't even listen to this yet, let me see how many followers she has. They want to influence the mind, okay, depending on, she probably into millions. Let me see. I'm gonna open a new thing. Okay, okay, it looks like I wasn't even following her. Was it is that okay? Nicki Minaj official. How many? That's probably not her. She can't be 20 followers. She has to be into millions. Ay. No, I can't find her official thing. But there's a lot of other people who's talking about her. A lot of people. And I even see JTB. This might be a video by itself. Okay? So let's go back to this. This is the one that I had. Where is it? This one. It's only 25 seconds. Where this person says here, Nicki Minaj just committed career suicide. All right, let's listen to her.
I would like to thank President Trump for prioritizing this issue and for his leadership on the global stage in calling for urgent action to defend Christians in Nigeria, to combat extremism, and to bring a stop to violence against those who simply want to exercise their natural right to freedom of religion or belief. I stand here as a proud New Yorker. I would like to thank...
So, there's that now. Alright. So this person wrote here, Somebody must need a pardon or something. There's me responded 3 hours ago. Some people made it. The question is, how did they made it? Now it's time to pay back. There's a lot of things that is happening right in front of our eyes. Too many people are distracted to see how we're being played. All right. So there's that here. I was just respond to his. All right. So now I'm going back to this. This is a things that many people are making reference to her speech. It's only 25 seconds of her speech that I share with you here. All right. There's JTB. Okay. So that's the 5 minutes of it. This is a longer version. So for those who wants to listen, maybe I'll play some of these here. All right. So there's this. Nicki Minaj selling out Black Americans and Nigerians as she pushes the Trump administration lies about religious persecution. This is the time to finally cancel Nicki Minaj. She does not represent the black people of America, nor does she represent the people of Nigeria. All right. So I'm going to put this on the list. You make your own conclusion. This is what people are talking about.
I must say I am very nervous, so please, well, thank you, Ambassador Waltz, for this invitation. It is an honor to stand on this stage with you and the other distinguished speakers here today to shine a spotlight on the deadly threat faced by thousands of Christians in Nigeria. I would like to thank...
Let me pause for a second. From the beginning, she's telling you she's very nervous about this. It's probably something she doesn't even care about. They probably gave her the thing similar to Kate, all right, to talk about it. She has no choice. Maybe she needs to repay for something. I don't know. This is my opinion. All right, but let's continue. This will be a video by itself, by the way.
President Trump for prioritizing this issue and for his leadership on the global stage and calling for urgent action to defend Christians in Nigeria, to combat extremism, and to bring a stop to violence against those who simply want to exercise their natural right to freedom of religion or belief. I stand here as a proud New Yorker with a deep sense of gratitude that we live in a country where we can freely and safely worship God regardless of one's creed, background, or politics. No group should ever be persecuted for practicing their religion, like I recently stated on social media. And we don't have to share the same beliefs in order for us to respect each other. We're way beyond thinking or expecting or assuming for, the person sitting next to you to have the exact same beliefs. We're beyond that. That's ridiculous. But that's...
Okay. This is a thought. You guys may disagree with me. What she's saying here, pretty much freedom of speech, religion, these are the things we are very fond of in the US. But the person she is praising for this, Trump, who's playing as if he is the victim of here, not victim, what would you call this? As if Trump is a champion, maybe that's the word, champion of freedom of speech and religion, is the wrong administration to be backing up here. Meanwhile, there's Trump going with his minion, going around different neighborhoods from different states, removing people's rights. Okay, I think this is where the disagreement with some Americans are against her, not the Trump administration. Yes, we want freedom of religion, freedom of press, freedom of speech, all of that. But to praise Trump for this is where I think most people are against. Okay, but let's continue.
Shouldn't make one person feel less safe than anyone in any room. Music has taken me around the globe. I have seen how people, no matter their language, culture, or religion, come alive when they hear a song that touches their soul. Religious freedom means we all can sing our faith regardless of who we are, where we live, and what we believe. But
if she had spoken against ICE, maybe there would have been a substance for her. But this, I think, also play a part of it why some Americans are against it. Of her praising Trump for that. Okay? Trump is removing people's rights away, even healthcare. The basic of healthcare, he's taking that away from American. And you there, praising Trump for what he's doing, what's going on to Nigeria. This is why I said, there's a lot of Americans speaking against it. All right, let's continue.
Today, faith is under attack in way too many places. In Nigeria, Christians are being targeted, driven from their homes, and killed. Churches have been burned. Families have been torn apart, and entire communities live in fear constantly.
Okay. I'm not saying I disagree with what she's saying, but the things that I've learned since I've been following Heavy and Meghan, many of these people love to create problems. We do not know who the bad guys is or who they listen to. Perfect example, you look at Haiti. Okay, America is sending guns over there. Where do you think those guns from Haiti is coming from? Okay, so there will be chaos over there. So we do not know who's creating the chaos that is happening in Nigeria. And they want to play the victim. I'm not talking about Nigeria, okay, being the victim or anything like that. Yes, there are probably some innocent people being killed, but the people who are creating the chaos, who are they taking orders from? And then we have here in the US, and then for her to be talking about what's happening in Nigeria. That's one thing, okay? Because it could be the same group, okay, the white supremacy who still want to remain where they at, pay few bucks to some people with lack of education who have nothing to lose, give them a few bucks to go create those chaos. And then at the same time, those people who gave the money to, all right, who wants to create the chaos, wants to play the savior. And then having her to come and praise Trump for what's happening in Nigeria. Okay? Has she spoken about some of the things that's happening in the US? Where, let's say, not too long ago, this kid went to a black church and killed some people. Okay? What's the name of this guy? Let me see if I could see his picture. This kid, what's his name? Dylan Roof. Okay? The white young man who went to a black church and killed people there was Dylan Roof. Did Nicki Minaj talk about him? Okay? He went to the black church and went and killed this kid. Did Nicki Minaj talk about it? Alright, where's the video? Let's continue.
Simply because of how they pray. Sadly, this problem is not only a growing problem in Nigeria, but also in so many other countries across the world, and it demands urgent action. And I want to be clear. Protecting Christians in Nigeria is not about taking sides or dividing people. It is about uniting humanity. Nigeria is a beautiful nation with deep faith traditions and lots of beautiful barbs that I can't wait to see. When one's church, mosque, or place of worship is destroyed, everyone's heart should break just a little bit. And the foundation of the United Nations, with its core mandate to ensure peace and security, should shake. I am joined here today by peace builders, by faith leaders, by those who saw violence, saw rising intolerance, saw the threats clearly before us, and chose not to look the other way. I am inspired by their work to build interfaith ties, to see the humanity across the lines which might divide us, and to fight for security and liberty for all those who pray. I look forward to our discussion today, and I hope it will encourage deepened solidarity for us to urgently work together to ensure every person can enjoy the right to believe, to worship, and to live in peace. Barbs, I know you're somewhere listening. I love you so very much. You have been the ultimate light in my life and career for so long. I appreciate you, and I want to make it very clear once again that this isn't about taking sides. This is about standing up in the face of injustice. It's about what I've always stood for my entire career, and I will continue to stand for that. For the rest of my life, I will care if anyone, anywhere, is being persecuted for their beliefs.
I would have agree with her if she had spoken to some of the things that's happening in the U.S. All right, let's see here. Let's pause that. Nikki, don't speak for me. I'm a citizen of the USA. She is an immigrant. How can she speak for me? Nikki can't vote or do anything in America. If she's a citizen, she could still vote. She may not run for president. That's pretty much it. She could run for office if she's a citizen. Okay, has she ever protested with the Americans for anything? Shut up and go home to your rapist level 3 sex offender husband. She is a evil, hateful. Okay, I don't know much about her, but there's that. Beside her being a singer, and I never seen her speak. If she did, I don't follow her. If she did, I'm not aware of. The man that introduced her talking about she is the voice of the oppressed. Get the F out of here. But where was she when all the world crisis was going on? Then on top of that, she kept saying the bubs and the bubs. She wasn't even dressing the people, just her fan base. Okay, heavy on she doesn't represent the people of Nigeria. I have so much to say. OMG, diving into this. Google tired of me. Okay, exactly. She is the voice of none of these people. All right, so there was more stuff that I saw. Let me like it just to have the thing. Okay, so she's speaking against it as well. Let's pause it. All right. Shout out to Amanda Seals for speaking out about this bird brain. Nicki Minaj is being used as a political pawn for MAGA. That's what I think too. While Twitter stands celebrate and encourage it, while being an immigrant, I'm done. If she has spoken about different things, especially now with what Trump is doing with people's life, with ICE detaining people left and right, if she has spoken about, maybe I would have taken her serious. But she pretty much skipped what's happening in the US and then go to another country, Nigeria, trying to say things about religion, and there are some stuff that happened to black churches in America. Never heard her voice talking about it. If she has, I apologize. I didn't see it. Okay, so I'm putting this on the list. Okay, this video is gonna be by itself. So, all right. So let's listen to this.
Nicki Minaj working with Trump admin on plight of Christians in Nigeria. Either she's getting a check.
Okay, people get the point.
Or she was MAGA the whole time. Or she's genuinely thinks that she's doing something good, which, by the way, is why y'all need to have people around you that know more than you. And by y'all, I don't just mean celebrities. Everybody. Everybody should have people around them that they can consult with, that think differently than you,
that
hold you in a place of values. Just so you understand what's happening here with the plight of Christians in Nigeria, there is a plight of Christians in Nigeria. However, the U.S., what does that have to do with the United States?
Thank you.
The United States is using this as a ploy, as a proxy, to find their way into Nigeria so that they can then find their way into the Sahel states of Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, who, as you know, are coming together to begin a process of Pan-Africanism on the continent.
This is what I was saying. You do not know who's paying those people who's creating the chaos. Okay? You do not know who's paying those people to go and do those stuff about what do you call this, the Christian. Meanwhile, they're over here, they want to get in over there. And I realized when the Pan-African thing was, I see it, but I don't talk too much about it. Those countries that she mentioned are, uniting. Okay, Africa is trying to unite. And I realized Nigeria was not part of it. So people in Nigeria need to ask their president why they're not uniting with Burkina Faso and all the others. Okay? It crossed my mind when I was seeing those things. And now all this chaos is happening. So when there is the next election in Nigeria, and I think that particular president need to go. Who am I to say? I'm from the US. It's not my business to say so. Maybe I should just shut my mouth. But with what I'm seeing, Nigeria is not being represented in the way, again, it's not my business as well. Look what the US has now. It's Africa, it's Nigeria's issue. But let's listen to her. She's spot on. They're trying to get to Burkina Faso. Because Burkina Faso is, and all the other groups that's starting to unite, are doing their things. And let's not forget, even though you're seeing Russia is trying to play nice guy wherever they are with Burkina Faso, they are one of those two who's playing both parts. Okay? You see Bojo have secret meeting with former KGBs, and then you have Trump meeting with... Okay, these people, they know what they're doing. But they're playing the rest of the world, the little people, for a fool. They want to grab every sources. And I hope Burkina Faso keep an eye on Russia, even though when he went to Russia, they put and allow him to work with his gun and things like that. Yeah, they're making you feel comfortable around them. When time comes, they're going to destroy you. But let's continue. I'm going to move it back.
Mali and Niger, who, as you know, are coming together to begin a process of Pan-Africanism on the continent. They are taking back their resources from France. They are saying we are going to build our own infrastructures.
And they're starting doing it.
This undermines the global empire's goal, and so they have to try and shut it down. Now, we saw earlier this year with AFRICOM and that cone, that general who tried to say, they got some problems going down in Burkina Faso. They're continuing to try to make this happen the same way that they're making fetch happen in Venezuela right now.
Okay.
What?
Okay. I've been talking, well, not too much on my video because some of you don't want to hear these things. But if you go on my community board, I share a lot of articles of what's happening with Venezuela. I even know when it first started. When it probably was in the making, but when I came across it, when it was starting to stir the pot, it's in one of my videos somewhere, probably here. Okay, the UK is part of it. And not too long ago, I came across another video where UK removed itself from, it's an article, from what was happening. The thing was that they don't want to share intelligence with America because of what Trump is. Trump is a freaking idiot. He's a freaking puppet. Okay, they're making him creating nonsense in the around Venezuela in the international waters. Okay, they're trying to distract people, and let's not forget as well what's going on in the Middle East. Israel already at the point where they want to be, and it seems like they're chasing wherever Palestinians are, killing them. There's some stuff that's going on in different countries surrounding Palestine. They're going after them. Oh my God. I would be playing this all over again, but I want to insert my opinion in here. Whatever came to mind before I forget.
When do we stop allowing ourselves to be used?
Okay, let me play it. Let me play it. Oh, it's continuing.
Out there.
Listen to your people.
Billionaires are the only minority we should be scared of.
Let me play it all over again, okay? Without interruption.
Nicki Minaj working with Trump admin on plight of Christians in Nigeria. Either she's getting a check, or she was MAGA the whole time, or she's genuinely thinks that she's doing something good, which, by the way, is why y'all need to have people around you that know more than you. And by y'all, I don't just mean celebrities. Everybody. Everybody should have people around them that they can consult with, that think differently than you, that hold you in a place of values. Just so you understand what's happening here with the plight of Christians in Nigeria, there is a plight of Christians in Nigeria. However, the U.S., what does that have to do with the United States? The United States is using this as a ploy, as a proxy, to find their way into Nigeria so that they can then find their way into the Sahel states of Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, who, as you know, are coming together to begin a process of Pan-Africanism on the continent. They are taking back their resources from France. They are saying we are going to build our own infrastructures. This undermines the global empire's goal, and so they have to try and shut it down. Now, we saw earlier this year with AFRICOM and that cone, that general who tried to say, oh, you know, they got some problems going down in Burkina Faso. They're continuing to try to make this happen the same way that they're making fetch happen in Venezuela right now. When do we stop allowing ourselves to be used?
I feel my frustration.
Listen to your people.
Billionaires are the only minority we should be scared of.
Okay, let's see. Okay, there's that. Okay, let me not go into the comment. I agree with her. Let's go to the next one that I have for you. We here. There's JTB. Let's go into him. All right, let me pause for a second. Let me put it on the list. And this is what I mean with some of the squad. You could still support Harry and Meghan, do all of that. You still need to pay attention to politics. These are the things that shape your life. These people are trying to take control of everything. All right? So there's JTB here. Nicki Minaj didn't just fall off, she crashed. Attacking kids, chasing clout, and aligning with people who never claim her. The self-destruction is complete. I don't know, but to some extent, I sort of agree with her, but her foundation to be talking about this topic does not hold dear. Okay? Because there's so many other obstacles, different branches. If you are being paid to say things like that, to sort of change people's mind, it's not gonna happen. And this is what I mean about the UK. When the media was they were bashing Meghan left and right, everybody shut their mouth. But here in the US, okay, even though they capture all form of communication, the media, the TVs, the newspapers, radios, and Trump is trying to defund public stations and things like that, but still Americans who have their head on their shoulders are speaking out against the BS. Okay, so let's listen.
Nicki Minaj has officially come out as MAGA, and it's the final nail in the coffin of whatever was left of her credibility. The delusion, the rage, the attacks on Cardi B's children. It all suddenly makes perfect sense.
I got them confused. You see, I don't listen to rap music and this type of music. Cardi B and Nicki Minaj are two different. I think it was Cardi B that I follow, and then I was looking to see if I follow her and how many. Yeah, it must have been Cardi B. Let me pause for a second to see if I follow Cardi B. I put on those search, Cardi B official. Okay, she has several thousand. So it was her who had said, I think it was her who had spoken against something, the pushback about Meghan. Okay. Oh, there it is here. You see? Yes, I was following her. How many? She probably have millions. Okay. Yeah, 36.9 million. So it was her when she came out, say something in support of Meghan, and I follow her. It's in one of my videos because I remember I was recording and I was like, oh, she said this, and I follow her. But I don't really listen to her music or things like that. I got her confused with Nicki Minaj. Okay. So that's why. All right, but let's continue.
Called Cardi's daughter ugly, mocked her gums and her hair, and even said she'd kick the child's gums back into formation. The same woman who once rapped about female empowerment thought it was acceptable to attack a 7-year-old child. And now she's MAGA. Of course she is. Of course, the woman who's been spiraling has found comfort in a movement built on hate, misogyny, and victimhood. She didn't evolve. She devolved from a powerhouse to a parody, from an icon to an internet troll in pink wigs. Nicki Minaj built her empire on talent and audacity, but somewhere along the line, the audacity curdled into arrogance. She stopped being groundbreaking and started being grotesque. She stopped challenging the system and started mirroring it. Now she stands shoulder to shoulder with the very people who'd call her every slur in the book if she weren't useful to their narrative. And while she's busy playing politics with bigots, her legacy is rotting. Nicki Minaj is no longer the self-proclaimed queen of rap anymore. She never was. That title and that crown will always belong to Lil' Kim. But now, Nicki is just a cautionary tale. A reminder that talent without humility turns poisonous. That fame without growth turns feral. And the loudest person in the room is often the most terrified of being forgotten. So yes, she's MAGA. She's mean, she's messy, and she's done. The fall of Nicki Minaj isn't tragic, it's self-inflicted.
Wow. Okay, I'm not gonna go in the comment. I just wanna share some of the content who's talking about her. Okay, so there's another one here. These are not people, I don't follow this person. 2 minutes and 49 seconds. Let's pause. Okay, in the same speech, Nicki Minaj spoke about the targeting of Nigerian Christians and claimed to care, yet she also plugged herself and even laughed. That's how seriously they take our lives. All right, let's listen to this.
Number 3, Jone, is how Donald Trump, Nicki Minaj and their ilk are adding insult to injury. Where we are losing our lives, Nigerians are dying, and they are there using that opportunity for political rhetoric and for entertainment. Jone, it tells you how seriously these people take our lives, that a musician will be invited to the United Nations who has never been to Nigeria, as far as I know, will be invited to the United Nations to speak on insecurity when we have eminent experts in Nigeria, when we have survivors in Nigeria, when we have families who have lost loved ones in Nigeria, when we have a government in Nigeria. None of them got invited to the United Nations to seriously discuss the issue. It was a musician who has no relationship with Nigeria and know nothing about Nigeria that was invited. And when she went, Jone, what did she do? She gave a speech in which she claims to care for Nigerian Christians.
Yet a lot of things is happening in the U.S. Churches, people going and kill churchgoers in the U.S. I don't hear her say anything about that. All right. And I'm glad other Americans are speaking against it.
But she was laughing at the end of the speech. Less than 5 minutes, less than 2 minutes after she has spoken about Christians being persecuted, and she was laughing in the same speech. And she was using the speech for advertising her work, saying she's looking forward to meeting her fans and laughing and enjoying herself. That's how seriously they take our lives. And what is their statement doing? They are dividing our community further. You have Riley Moore coming out to say the school kidnapping affected Christian students when it was overwhelmingly Muslim students that were affected. Jone, the final point I will make at this on this segment is that the incidents over the past 7 days completely dismantled Donald Trump, Nicki Minaj, and all of their narratives and arguments. Why do I say this? a church was attacked in Kwara State. 2 Christian worshippers died, and a pastor and some worshippers were abducted. Very sad incident. And then you have a school in a predominantly Muslim community. 23 students abducted, and the presumption is that they are predominantly Muslim students. And then in the northeast, you have a military general, Sama'ila Musa Uba, who also happens to be a Muslim, killed. This tells you that these guys, their war is not against a specific faith. Their war is against Nigeria. They want to dismantle our country. They want to destroy all of us. And the earlier we unite, the earlier we shun the forces of division and evil and unite as Nigerians, Muslims and Christians and face our common enemy, the better for all of us.
Okay, perfect example. This is why Haiti is the way it is. Okay, they sending guns, creating chaos, dysfunction, and things like that. They want destruction among people. So just learn from Haiti. And not too long ago I spoke about Haiti. Okay, I hope the people in Haiti, especially the young people who probably see there's no hope for them, to take the time and process things. Those who have more knowledge of their history, teach them. There can be a better life, because I could see the footprint of the United States sending guns over there to create those chaos, and it's the same thing that's happening in Nigeria right now. All right, so let's go to another video that's talking about that. I don't know who this woman is. I'm just sharing whatever I come across. Let's listen. 2 minutes and 47 seconds. That's the last video.
So you guys know that over the last few years, I've really tried to be intentional about what I say in public about Black folks. I try to be really careful, but some things require a public statement. And as I've been watching this situation unfold with Nicki Minaj and Trump and Nigeria, I thought it was important for me to say a few things. There are consequences to aligning yourself with Donald Trump and his policies and his evil ways. There's consequences. What we know is that as he turns his attention to Nigeria, understanding his history, there will absolutely be exploitation, theft of resources. Somebody that he knows wants something from Nigeria.
Of course.
It could be a business partner. It could be a friend. It could be a said corporation. It could even be his family members. But they will invade Nigeria and exploit the people for their own benefit. And they will throw Nicki Minaj to the wolves because they could care less. They couldn't care less about that system. The unfortunate part about all of this is that there will forever be a stain associated with this moment that this sister will have to walk with.
Mm-hmm. Her kids.
She will 100% see bloodshed because innocent Nigerians will be harmed and even likely killed as a result of whatever is to come. And she will have that on her hands. And it is pretty sad to watch because what we know is that Trump, often uses Black people and Black culture to harm Black people here and abroad. And it is happening in real time. And that sister is going to carry this moment with her forever. So today is a pretty sad day. It's a pretty sad day, and it won't be long before we all get to see how it unfolds. Maybe she knows, maybe she doesn't. Maybe she doesn't have anybody around her to inform her. But history tells what's going to happen. And it's, again, a pretty sad day.
Okay, I agree with her. The U.S. has absolutely nothing to do with Nigeria. But what this other creator, I forgot her name, I shared it in the video a few moments ago. Okay, they want to get to Burkina Faso. And they're creating chaos to get to Burkina Faso and disrupt the unification of the Africans. This is what they threaten, they're afraid of. If you see what they did to Palestinian, they create a narrative to go to Palestinian, to destroy, literally. If I Google Palestine right now, okay, 2025 look like, okay, this is what they turn this place into. Nigeria need to pay attention. Anybody who's speaking on Trump's behalf better be careful. They will not care, okay, to turn any other countries into this, what you are seeing here. And I think they're still going after some Palestinian who's moving different places, trying to go get to safety. They do not care. They're trying to create another war to get to Burkina Faso. This is sad. This is very sad. Very sad. But anyway, let's do a prayer. What prayer should I put here? Prayer, well-minded, I guess. That's all I could think of. So people not to be used. Yeah, she probably was a foot soldier. Oh my God, I remember back earlier in 2020 when I started, 2019, 2020, I started doing videos for Harry and Meghan. And I used to put a lot of prayers for foot soldiers. These are the foot soldiers. You don't know what she did to be where she's at now. So the devil is coming back to cash in. They're trying to create a narrative, okay? Trying to create a narrative, a reason to go to Nigeria. They pay a few bucks or whatever, some few vagabonds, or some people who have no future, go create chaos, and then talk about it and give them a reason to go save Nigeria. Meanwhile, they don't care about Nigeria. Okay? They're trying to create a phase. The first one where they used that black military guy, it didn't work. People really did their thing, talk against it. Now we are seeing the next step. They're trying to create another reason. They did the killings, whatever happened in Nigeria, and have her come out to talk against it because she has a platform. I don't know. I tried to look to see how many followers she has. Let me see. Let me pause and ask Google. Maybe Google will tell me. Okay, so this is what I type. I can't find it on Twitter. How many followers Nicki Minaj have? Nicki Minaj has approximately 224 million followers. This is what they're going about, okay? So when you are subscribing to people, I don't care if you subscribe to my channel. I'm already having issues with YouTube, okay? Before you subscribe or follow anybody on social media, this is what they're going for, okay? 224 million followers. These are the people they're trying to target, okay? They already capture mainstream medias, TVs, radios, newspapers, and whatever. Okay, they already grab what's this guy who bought Twitter, because there were a lot of people who were on Twitter, so they wanted to grab those people who are on Twitter so they could control what they want you to see. This is the thing. This is why they made her say what she went and said. The 224 million followers they went after. I hope many of you, okay, so where is that? On Instagram, it's 28 million, okay? These are the peoples they're going after. That's why they made her go on UN to talk whatever she said, okay? Her followers, they want to corrupt these groups, these followers, to make you be for them, to her narrative. So if you don't have a mind of your own, okay, and what's her name? Nicki Minaj go and say her thing. Is that her or Cardi B? I'm confused with these two. There's one of them that I follow. Okay, so when you go and follow her, Nicki Minaj, right? So is that the one that I type? I want to make sure I got the correct person. How many? Yep, that's her. Okay. So when you following people, when you are, you go on different social media platform, you go and follow people, your following make a huge difference. So they want to corrupt the mind of her followers. That's pretty much that. And as a perfect example of what I'm talking about, why they're making her say the things that she said at the UN, if you look at leading up to the 2024 election, perfect example is Joe Rogan. He has millions of followers across different platforms. Okay, they are in millions. You see Trump and what's the other one? Elon going on his podcast. You guys could search these. These are public knowledge. You could go and check YouTube, different platform, or ask Google or ChatGPT, of some of the things that I'm saying. Okay, Trump going on his podcast talking about whatever he spoke about. Elon going over there talking about whatever he's talking about. They attract the set of his followers to vote against their best interests. Okay? And he did support Trump. Okay? They are paying these people to ruin your lives. So when you are following certain group of people, whoever's on social media, I'm not saying for you what to do, but you need to take your subscription is very important. Okay? You could listen to them and then question it. Do your own research. Because these people who have huge followers are being paid to ruin your own way of life. Your kids' future generation. They don't care. Even their own kids, they might be okay now. Okay, like Joe Rogan, I don't know if he has kids or not. Nicki Minaj, she might be okay now. But the people they are supporting to put in power, to disrupt people's way of life, to ruin it. And the future, the kind of lifestyle that you have now, or whatever the lifestyle, the way the economy, the system was, you ruin it for the next generation. Your kids may not be able to live a comfortable life. Okay? So they are going after, what do you call this? They are going after influencers whose followers, who have millions of followers. They're paying them to say stupid things. This is what money make you do sometimes if you don't have your self-integrity. They just doing these things for money, but they doing major damages. All right, let's get back to the original recording. Joe Rogan came to mind while I was editing this video, and I thought I'll answer it here. Okay? So they want the young people to be for whatever Trump wants to, the narrative they're trying to create for people to go and be for Trump and narrative, to go to invade Nigeria. All right? So we need, if you have a mind of your own, you see the wrong that is happening, speak up. And I'm glad so many other Americans are speaking against what you went to speak against. All right? I'm just glad a lot of Americans, especially Black Americans, are speaking against Nicki Minaj for what she's saying. She's trying to make us look bad. And I just found out she's not American. So there's that as well. Okay? Born American. That's what I mean by not American. The country is already in a bad shape. The rest of the world is looking at us in a very negative way. African American have been somewhat differentiated from the rest because of our vote, the things that we have gone through. We spoke against the wrong and all of that. And look at this. I haven't come across any white person who's spoken against Nicki Minaj so far. At least the ones that I've seen. Well, JTB is different. Okay? But a lot of African American are speaking, who has a platform, okay? African American who have platform are speaking against what she's saying. We're not aligned with her views. But if I had seen her history of her speaking against some of the things African Americans have gone through in the US, not abroad, not in Nigeria, but in the United States, if she had used her platform to speak against it, maybe I would say, oh, maybe she's for that. But I never seen anything from her speaking against injustice, social injustice against African American. Who is she to go in a global scale? Her mute. Let's get back to the original recording. I just can't. Your support, your subscription to different people, different platforms make a huge difference. So now Nicki Minaj, in my humble opinion, and I saw it from the beginning. I don't even need the proof, but this is what I believe in my humble opinion. She did something to be on the platform that she's in, to make it that huge, for the doors open for her to do her music, whatever. So now they need her help. They need to cover up 228 million or 224 million set of eyes. They want to corrupt. Make those people who probably, they believe, think, are following her, their brains is nowhere in their head. Just listen to what Nicki Minaj says and then be for it, go on the street and say, yeah, go invade Nigeria. The same way the MAGAs. Okay? MAGAs voting against their best interests. This is what they want from those 224 million followers. To be for whatever BS she said at the UN. But I hope these people unfollow and do... So many to say, so much to say, and I hope I explain my thought properly so you understand. Your subscription is very important nowadays. It's very important who you subscribe to, because otherwise they're gonna manipulate you, make you believe in things that will end destruction of not only yourself, your future kids and great grandkids and stuff like that. This is what they want. This is why they use her to go talk that nonsense. Her followers. All right, let's do the prayer and end that. All right, let's pick this one. Prayer for peace. Gracious Lord, in times of uncertainty and fear, I seek your peace that transcends circumstances. Help me trust in your plan and find security in your promises. Quiet my anxious thoughts and fill my heart with your peace that guards my mind and soul. I surrender my worries to you, knowing that you are in control. In Jesus' name, I pray. Amen. All right. So they're going after these followers. Where did I put it? All right. The million sets of eyes. These are the people they're going after. All right. That's it. Thank you for watching. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. All right, so that is it.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back. saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally,